Hello there, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So, in our last lectures, we have executed the test cases from our integrated development environment. We have seen all different features that are there in Karate. We have seen parallel execution and we have seen reporting, and we have worked with couple of applications. We have learned Jira, and we have also learned ServiceNow, how to interact with them and how to do different API calls, get, put, post, and how to delete, and all that we have seen. And we've also discussed about how to manage the environment variables by keeping them in the karate config.js file, and how to manage the logging mechanism. And we've also learned about how to use basic auth.js javascript function so that we can convert our user credentials to a base64 string, and that way we can actually communicate to an application. So for instance, Jira. So now in this lecture I have something new for you, which is executing the test from command line. So basically we have ever since this learning has started, right from the beginning of this lecture, we have been working with a project, so which is a Maven project. So the build tool we have selected was Maven, and the same is helping us for resolving the dependencies too. So that is the reason you have a pom.xml file, so where you have loaded all your dependencies that you have got from the official documentation or from the Maven central repository, and those have been downloaded into your local M2 repository, and from there the project has the knowledge of all the libraries and you are able to work with Karate. So we were able to execute the test cases from IDE, but you might have a question, so why do I still need to consider running it as a Maven test, and why do I still need to execute it from command line? So if you have these questions in mind, so I would like to let you know that, so this is something very essential. So this is the industry practice, so this is how the industry expects you to execute the test case. So not every time you need to open IDE and run the test cases, because you wanted to have a headless execution, or you wanted to manage it from command prompt real quick, or you wanted to execute it, you wanted to do some continuous testing. When I say continuous testing, you wanted to integrate it with any of the what say any of the DevOps systems. Say for example, you wanted to integrate with the Jenkins, or you wanted to integrate with TeamCity. So what happens is that it basically takes your project, and then it executes and it runs the test cases for you, and puts all the reports in place. So that is something which is not possible, which cannot be managed from IDE. So that is the reason we should always be executing it from Maven. So guys, and one more thing that I would like to inform you that, so till our last video we have learned all the assignments in our Eclipse IDE, but unfortunately I've had some problems, so I'll fix that and come back. So that is the reason I'm doing this session with my IntelliJ IDE. So there is no significant difference as far as these IDEs are concerned, so both does the same for us, but the way they operate and the shortkeys and other things, or UI look and feel might be different, but as far as our project infrastructure is concerned, so it is pretty much the same. But in order to make you guys more comfortable with this learning, so I will still take you through my project, so how I have created and all that. So I've created a project which is called KT. So I have had a lot of demo instances with the name of Karate, so I cannot help with myself creating a meaningful name than this. So please bear with me guys on this one. I've created a project, and then it is just a simple Maven project with a template archetype. So this time what I've done differently was that, so till last lecture the project that I've created was a Maven quick start archetype template, but this time what I've done was that I've taken Karate template, so which was given by them. So if you look into this, I have had a template called Karate archetype. So this is the plugin that I have selected. So this is the template that I've used to create a project. So guys, the difference between using this particular template and the Maven quick start template is that, So this is something that specifically given for karate. So you are actually kind of using their project so that all the dependencies what they have, all the jars will automatically be loaded. But when you create with a quick start, so you need to manage your pom.xml file. So what happens is that when you create a Maven project with quick start template, so Maven will not give you the external dependency because it does not recognize like what group ID you are looking for and what artifact ID you are looking for. But the moment when you use karate template, so Maven knows when they are creating a project, okay, so he or she is looking for a karate project, and this is the artifact ID, this is the group ID, and they download it from the Maven central repository and keep it in our location. So what happens is that you end up having the dependencies that you load manually automatically be placed in your pom.xml file, and you don't need to add any other thing. So the way that you do is that simply come and run here. And also they create a sample scenario file and sample runner classes, so which you can quickly run and have a demo of it. So that's the simple thing guys about the project creation. I'll just quickly show you the pom.xml file. So it is pretty much the same that what we have in our previous learnings what you have seen. So properties is basically the tag, so where you can manage the versions of a particular tool, programming language, or any other library that you are using. So you can see we are managing Java version here, and Maven compiler plugin version, and also the karate version. So 0.9.0 is the version that we are using currently, and master thought cucumber reporting is the one that we have already seen. It is coming from master thought, so it is just to have a good reporting structure. It gives us the holistic view of all the feature files that we have run. And if you scroll down to a bit, you can see the karate core and karate apache and karate JUnit dependencies, and you can see something extra from here, so which is a build tag. So this is something that we need to focus on as far as this learning is concerned. So when you are actually writing or running the script from a command prompt as a Maven test, so you must have this build tag, and the couple of plugins that you should have as a mandatory is that Maven Surefire plugin and Maven compiler plugin. So these are the couple of plugins which will help us to capture the reports, and which will help us to recognize our project when you are running from the path. And it will help us with a lot of other options, like you wanted to skip the test and you only wanted to build the code, or you wanted to ignore the failed test cases. There are a lot of other goals, like if you look into the Maven manifesto, so you will have a lot of different commands, like how to actually work with them, and how can you differentiate one from another. So that part you can explore. So this is simple case. So you might have a question like how, from where this test sources have come. So let us go through the karate documentation part now, and see how this Maven test execution happens. So I have gone to the documentation part and selected the getting started with Maven that you can see here. So when you click on Maven, they are asking us to just have these two dependencies that we have already added. So Gradle also one of the build tool, but right now we are not working with Gradle, so do not bother about much. And you might have a question that which archetype to use. So when you are creating a project, so we have couple of options. One option is to create a project with Maven quick start template, so where you need to add required dependencies to the pom.xml file manually, for instance these two and cucumber, these two. And on the other hand, if you use these details when you are creating a project instead of Maven quick start template, if you can create a new template by specifying this as a group ID and this as an artifact ID and the version that you would like to work with, and this D group ID and artifact ID are your project names and your artifact names. That is something that you can have it on your own. So the last two values are something that you can specify as per your choice, but the first three values should be the same as how it is documented here. And this is the command, guys. Like if you wanted to run from a command prompt, so go to your workspace, navigate to workspace and open command from that location. Just copy this command and run this command. So what happens, the project is already created for you. and when you open this you will have everything ready. The pom.xml is created, and you'll have sample feature file, and you'll have sample runner file. You can execute and see, so all that happens so when you actually use this template. And what they're telling in the sense, so when you are actually working with this Maven test execution, so you need to add this particular block to your pom.xml file. So let's understand why this is really required. If you have an understanding about Maven manifesto, so when you create a project, you might be observing couple of folders. Let us quickly see here. So Maven test src, and under src you have main and test. So the main is the folder where you basically place all your development code. May say for example yours is a development project or some testing project. So if it is a development project, all the core logic or a core functionality of the code basically be placed here, and the required unit tests or integration tests or component tests are written in test folder. Because when you are working build tool, when you are packaging your application into a jar file or a war file or exe or any other file that you work with, so you need not have your test cases to be deployed in your production code. As far as the application code is deployed, that is enough. So how do you classify which piece of code is related to application and which piece of code is related to test? And you might have some other supporting files that you will keep it in resources folder or some other folder based upon your need or based upon your requirement. So this classification will actually help Maven to understand which files to convert as a package files or which files to leave it. And we should give that knowledge from the Maven pom.xml as well. So if you come back to this thing, so what ideally it says is that test resources is coming from src test java. Just look into this particular directory, and you can see */*/java. This is a regular expression. So what they are ideally saying in the sense, with the help of exclude tag, just exclude any file that has a Java extension. Why we need to exclude Java in the sense, Karate is basically recommending us to keep all the Java files and as well as the feature files in the class path. But when you execute all these from your Maven test, you tend to have both Java files invoked and also the feature files invoked, where you might get into failures. So now you wanted to make Maven a little bit intelligent. So you wanted to call only feature files and you wanted to ignore Java files. So that is the reason, whatever the type of file that you wanted to ignore, just simply you can add one more command and you can specify that file, so that when you run Maven clean install or Maven test or some Maven command, so based on the goal, so it ignores that particular file. So that is the understanding of this, guys. So that is the reason I've just added this test resources to my pom.xml file, and I have Maven Surefire plugin and I have Maven compiler plugin of latest versions. So this is an overview of a project, how you should create. And now what I would do in the sense, I would get into the implementation part. So in the src test java, since we need to have a test runner class, I created a basic, very basic test runner class, which is public test runner, and I am just running with karate.class. I don't want any options as well at this point in time, because when you are managing the execution from IDE, karate options is very important, because you need to tell your runner class or tell your JUnit where the resources for files are actually residing. But when you are actually working with Maven, so that is something you don't need to bother about, because this is already handled in the test resources block that we've just seen in the pom.xml file. So we have just added a test runner class, and let me add one more package called resources. I would just add a package called resources in the Java folder, so that I can have both of them in the class path. So what I would do in the sense, I would just create a feature file. So I would create a feature file saying say it is a file type. I will say create a bug is my feature file, dot feature is my extension. So I would create a feature file. So this is, I would just copy the same feature file what we have from the Eclipse. So this test case we have already seen. So this is just about creating a bug in Jira. So I'm just copying all this content here and pasting it here. So this is not a new code, guys. This feature file we have already worked with, and I just wanted to show you how this can be run from Maven test, as simple as it is. So there is no change as far as the functionality of this particular test case is concerned. So now we are ready with the designing the test runner, and we are ready with creating a feature file as well. So now my job is to run this test runner file to see it, this test case executes well, and then we go to the Maven we go to the Maven portion and execute the test case from our command prompt. So test has started, it is running, and you can see test case passed as well. So if I just maximize this one, so you can see the test case got executed and the endpoint got invoked and all that log level information got printed, and you can see the response got printed too. So now that there is no issue as far as the test execution is concerned, we were able to execute it from IDE successfully. So let's achieve the same through command prompt as well. So what I would do, I would just go to the location where this particular project is there. So just click here and go to show in Explorer. So this is where my project actually presents. So sorry guys, so KT is my project. I will get into this folder, and wherever you have pom.xml file, from that directory I'm invoking command prompt. You can just give cmd and hit enter, so that from that particular specific location you can see what kind of so where you are actually working from. So if you can see dir, you can find the details of it, like what are presents in your particular directory. So now what I would do, I would run a command called maven clean install, so that my code would be cleaned first, and then it would build, and then it will run my test cases. You can see the test runner class got detected and it started, and I see some problem, guys. So something happened. Let me just see what happened. I think sometimes we tend to face this problem because it has to be in the same class path directory. Let me just see if I have created this in a wrong folder. Okay guys, so I ideally as I said, it should be in the class path, so I need to create a directory here. So that's my mistake. So I'm creating resources directory here, and I am just moving this particular feature file inside this resources directory. And now let me run from the IDE to ensure it works well, even when we change or when we move the test from one directory to another directory. So test started, and you can see the test got passed. And let's maximize the console to see what has happened, and we have got the response as well. So MIP 140. So now what we can do, let me run this command again. So maven clean install, I'm hitting the enter. This time code is building right now, and this time you can see the test case got picked. So the feature file got recognized. So earlier guys, we do not have that particular feature file in their class path. When I say class path, it has to be in the same directory where the class path test runner class resides. So resources is a directory, subdirectory, which is created in com.org, in which the test runner class is present. So it can pick the feature file. So now we have run one test case. Let us just copy another feature file to see whether that runs as well or not. So I'm just copying this thing, and I am just creating another feature file here, and then I'm creating a file. It says get issues.feature is my file name, and then click OK. So I've just copied and I've saved it, and let me go to the command prompt and run maven clean install again. So this time again it started building, and this time test runner got picked and test case have been executed, and it's going still. It is printing the response because sorry guys, because we have lot of defects present in that particular project. So I think it is busy in printing all of them. So let us just wait until this gets completed. So I would have taken some other test case than this, so I did not have a trial run before this. So yeah, you can see the two test case got successfully ran, and we do not have any failures as such. And if you go to the target resources, you can see the Surefire reports as well. You can see these reports, and where if you go and open from browser, so I would say open in Chrome, so you can see the report got generated. So the reason that you are seeing this basic reporting is because right now I don't have a code pasted for my Cucumber reporting. So I just had a basic class. I mean, if you had looked into my test runner class, so I do not have an implementation for parallel execution. I do not have implementation for generating a report. So it is nothing big. Just copy that two snippets of code what we have had in from our previous lecture, put it here, so that you will have Cucumber reporting available for you as well. So I think you have learned something interesting and which is very in need of. Thanks for listening to me throughout this session. So if you have liked this video, please click on like button and subscribe to this channel. So thank you so much guys. You have a great rest of today.